Hey, welcome to my lab. Over here I have a paintball marker hopper. It's an auto-loading hopper. I thought about 3D printing a cover for the battery, cover for the top where the paintballs go, but it's really banged up, and I think I'm just going to harvest it for the motor and any parts inside. But I figured this is a good opportunity to go over a little teardown and see how these things work. They're quite simple. So we have our switch, obviously. And in here we can see the little agitating arm. So inside there we can see just a little arm, and it's connected to a motor. And it has some sort of detection to stop the motor when a paintball is detected, I'm guessing, inside the tube here that goes into the paintball marker itself. So yeah, see? So it looks here, you can see a hole on that end and a hole on that end. So probably just a little kind of optical circuit, and you can see this molding wraps around. So we're probably going to see some sort of like IR emitter and detector here. So if there's a paintball in there, the motor won't spin, and if there's none, then this is just going to kind of agitate and stir up the paintballs until one falls down into there. And you can really tell that's how it works, because when you operate this without any paintballs, it'll just continuously spin. And the point of this over just a regular gravity feed hopper is obviously that it'll help get balls down into there so that you can fire with electric triggers and fire quite quickly. And that just lets you kind of rapid fire versus just gravity feed, where sometimes the balls bunch up and then you gotta smack your hopper. It's been over a decade since I've been paintballing, but it's a fun sport, that's for sure. So let's crack this open. And there we go, there's a cross section. So just as we suspected, here we go. We have a little IR kind of emitter and detector diode. You can see one is darker, one is lighter. You have IR light being shot out, and if it's detected on one end, then that means nothing is interrupting the beam, so there's nothing there. And this is a nice surprise. I thought this was going to be just something as simple as a motor and gears. And one can argue a servo is a motor and gears. But what it seems like we have here is an actual servo motor, which is fantastic. Servos are awesome. Here's our little control board. That's a high quality switch too, wow. Almost makes me feel bad just harvesting components off this. That's a nice switch. So we're getting some good parts here. What is that? Oh, 7805. So we have a very simple 5-volt regulator. So what I'm going to do is power this up on the bench and kind of just show how it works and use my finger to resemble a paintball. Okay, well, I'm cleaning up a bit, and so excuse the mess. But for the first time in years, I've actually been able to hang these, and wow, like the difference that something as small as hanging component cubbies can do in your space. I am amped up at revitalizing this lab into something more useful. I'm kind of tired of just having to like take an arm and swipe everything off my work surface to start a new project. Okay, on the bench now. It's been so long since I used this hopper, loader, whatever you want to call it, and I forgot that it uses two 9-volt batteries. So 18 volts. And right now I'm interrupting the signal, so it thinks there's a paintball there. And there you go. Looks kind of menacing, eh? And if a ball falls in, the IR beam is interrupted and it's done its job, it goes to sleep. And then it starts up again when the circuit is open once again. And the circuit takes about 90 milliamps, pretty much 100 milliamps, not bad. And then the cool thing here is it has a low voltage warning. So let's see when that happens. Right there. around 12 volts or thereabouts. The LED will start flashing. Oh, yeah, pretty much around 12 volts. So when each of the two 9-volt batteries in series goes down to around 6 volts, which is 12 volts total, the low voltage will come on, indicating that the battery is on its way out. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and you know, it's fun to take stuff apart.